Dignity Health Sports Park. Welcome to the USL Championship on ESPN Plus. Tonight, LA Galaxy 2 home to Sacramento Republic FC. Hello again and welcome alongside Christian Miles. Joe Totino here. This is the second and final meeting between these Western Conference rivals, with Sacramento taking the first meeting in June by a count of 2-0. But right now, we are on a sprint to the USL Championship playoffs, and Galaxy 2 is in a must-win situation. Meanwhile, though, U.S. Open Cup runners-up Sacramento in fourth place in the Western Conference and have clinched a playoff spot. But they are a bit wobbly of late, Christian. They've gone 2-3 in their last 5 matches.
Yeah, and coming off 2 consecutive defeats, but having already clinched, so a big monkey off their back. But it's pretty simple today from a Galaxy perspective here, Joe Totino. You got to win. That's what head coach Marcelo Sarvis told me about this game. They need 3 points. You're playing for points, not for the performance, but the run of form, 3 consecutive defeats, kind of says otherwise.
Yeah, 1-3-1 in their last 5 games. And G2 comes into this match in 12th place in the Western Conference, so absolutely in a must-win situation. They have 2 more games on top of this, but it all starts tonight for the home side Galaxy 2. They must take care of Sacramento first, because the other 2 won't matter if they don't get maximum points.
Yes, indeed. 7 points off the pace. However, with that game in hand, they do have that luxury. Indeed, it's all to play for tonight.
And led by Sacramento?
Well, we look at Sacramento here, and the players that you want to keep your eye on. You know, Luther Archimed, a player that's really come to the fore, starting a chance to go up top already with 4 on the campaign. He scored in the last meeting between these 2. He's mobile. He can play anywhere across a front 3 or a front 2. His versatility up top really has been one of the strengths of this team. But this is a Sacramento team that doesn't score a lot of goals here, Joe. They predicate a lot of their success with going 3 at the back, 5 in defense perhaps at times. But indeed, Archimed, one to watch.
And for Galaxy 2?
Well, we look at Galaxy 2 and the way things shape up, and it's a happy return for Preston Judd, who had to miss out on the last match, that 3-2 loss here against El Paso Locomotive. Judd has had some disciplinary problems. However, in front of goal, he runs the channels, and he can score them like nobody's business, already with 12 on the campaign.
Galaxy 2 is home, taking on Sacramento Republic FC, and the first kick is coming up next. Stay with us.
What's stopping you? Now is the time to act.
Esta gente te ama.
They won't just a show for you.
Remember, legends never die.
Hernandez, winning goal! 19th minute. Alvarez trying his luck at the goal! Efrain Alvarez with an absolute stunner to silence the biggest crowd in MLS history.
SKC, those are good games. Ball played inside, Gordo!
This is Robbie Keane from Landon, back to Donovan on his left foot, fires, he scores! It's 4-0 Galaxy.
We welcome you back to Dignity Health Sports Park. We are moments away from this one. Let's get you the first 11. First off, for the visiting Sacramento Republic FC.
Well, third game in 8 days for Sacramento Republic. So Mark Briggs going with a rotational policy. We're expecting to see 3 at the back when in possession. They'll drop into a 5 out of possession. Saldana coming back into goal. The 17-year-old Santiago Suarez on the left side of a back 3 with La Grasa coming into midfield. Emil Cuello, the former Galaxy man, playing a little higher up along with the Spaniard Keiko. And up front, of course, Luther Archimed.
And for LA Galaxy 2 this evening.
A well-rested LA Galaxy 2, and we haven't seen them in action since September 18th. They are back with Preston Judd, their top goal scorer with a dozen on the campaign. Salazar on the right, who had to play the role of center forward the last time out, with Dunbar, who's been absolutely on fire this season with 10 big goals. Saldana in that holding role in a 4-3-3. The big story, of course, Dante Campbell coming in. Jalen Neal came back from the USA Under-20s with a little bit of an injury, so we'll see Campbell pairing with Liam Doyle, with Lamb at right back and Josh Drack on the left side of defense.
Galaxy 2 take to the field. They'll huddle up about 40 yards away from goal. And, of course, Preston Judd already speaking to our center referee. And hopefully he is buttering him up, because the Galaxy 2 forward seems to earn some odd yellow cards.
Well, there's Danny Dicchio, the former Sunderland and Toronto FC legend, as the assistant coach. Mark Briggs taking a seat next to him. What a job he's done. And Marcelo Sarvis taking over, of course, for Yohan Dame last month. Sarvis now taking charge for the 5th time and trying to right the ship. He told me, we've been focusing too much on the opposition. We need to focus on us. He said, with this group, I need to keep it simple for these guys. The simplicity lies in the fact of the objective. You just got to win.
It is must-win time now for Galaxy 2, as we are moments away from getting this one underway. Galaxy 2 in the all-blue with the white script. Sacramento Republic FC with the white and burgundy ensemble. Keiko stands over the ball at center with an odd start to this one as they overload the right side. And so will come back with the long ball up this right side. Drac tries to get on the end of it. It's cleared out of play. This will be a throw-in for Galaxy 2. It's the first I've seen that type of start.
Yeah, interesting. Almost like a 2 wide receiver set in American football on the flank. But
Josh Drac brought down. Free kick here for Galaxy 2.
And we were wondering what kind of a setup we would see from the Sacramento Republic team. They've had some joy this year, but as we mentioned, they can drop 5 in defense, and that's where they predicate a lot of their success. They've got 10 shutouts already this season, the 6th best defensive record with 31 goals. They are tough to break down, even though they haven't scored in their last 2 games, but they want to get back to winning ways after those defeats to Phoenix and, of course, San Antonio.
Doyle trying to send Salazar, switching the point of the attack. Preston Judd almost closing the goalkeeper, Saldana. Here comes Sacramento back in the midfield on the transition. It'll go to the right side. Galaxy 2 have positioning defensively, and a foul called against G2 here. Sacramento will work the left side this time around. Suarez.
Kid's just 17 years of age, getting a start here, just his 4th of his USL Championship career, so big moment for him. We'll see how LA will try and attack that space. There is space in those wide areas with Sacramento adopting that 3 center back approach. And this is where it becomes interesting from a tactical perspective.
Turned out to be a goal kick here on that long switching ball from Fernandez. Lopez with his first touch. It'll come out to Liam Doyle. Campbell. Saldana here, trying to turn away from his defender. Owen Lamb has done a nice job on the right side for Galaxy 2 this year.
Yeah, it's a good point, Joe. He's a natural winger. We've seen those attacking instincts paid off already, finding the back of the net in U.S. Open Cup for the senior team. Seeing some high pressure. And when it takes a boot to the face, is referee Brad Jensen spots it.
Free kick here on the handball. Saldana back to Campbell. Doyle.
This is really going to be interesting. We just saw it a moment ago when Saldana is going to play that role, the number 6, just in front of that back 4. How is he going to react when they see that numerical overload? He's going to have to play it quickly off his feet, try and get things going, but look for more vertical balls from him tonight.
This will come ahead to Salazar, tries to flick it forward. This will turn into A throw in for Galaxy 2. Quickly into the right side it goes to Preston Judd. Watched there by Suarez. Second defender will come in to help out. Judd still on possession. One player down. It'll come on loose and cleared out by Sacramento. Fernandez will switch on over to the right side. Good ball ahead. Collected this time by Cuejo. Former LA Galaxy player. It'll come on to the near side now. This is a good build-up for Sacramento. Maybe an opportunity to come. It'll come on back. Collected this time by La Grassa into the area and cleared away.
And a lot of space around the top of that penalty area as the Galaxy letting Sacramento just bed in, get comfortable, knock it around. They need to tighten up and close down that space. Make it a little bit more uncomfortable.
Well, their speed of play is pretty good. Sacramento, that is. As it's moved ahead here, La Grassa with the cross in front. It'll come on loose. Nice job by Lopez getting down and getting a piece of it. Quickly ahead it comes this time to Cabral. He'll play towards the left side for Preston Judd. He'll find it. Watched there by one defender. Four defenders back, though, for Sacramento. The shot to goal, and that one did not miss by much. In fact, it was deflected for a corner kick, Galaxy 2.
You talk about the mark of a striker with confidence. And Preston Judd recognized that he was in a 2v4 and really didn't have a lot of options. He had to go it alone here. Holds it up, they give him the space and just tries to pick out that top goalkeeper left-hand corner. Not off by much, but certainly giving Carlos Saldana something to think about. He's a special player, Preston Judd. We mentioned how he runs the channels. He missed out the last time with some disciplinary problems and suspension. They were missing his goal-scoring touch against El Paso Locomotive. They are happy to have him back in the first 11.
Here's Cabral on the corner. He'll play it on out to Owen Lamb. Lamb dispossessed by La Grassa, but he recovered well. Cabral runs onto this one, keeps it alive. Plays it onto the right side. Too much for Drac and out of play. And Galaxy 2 showing that they're a little chaotic. They need to settle down and get the butterflies out of their system.
Yeah, just settle in your possession game. Knock it around, build the confidence. It's been a good start here from Sacramento. Have come out with a real aggressive, positive posture, especially being away from home. Carved up a couple of chances there a moment ago with Archimed making that run and La Grassa on this left-hand side. But they can play it out with Keiko on the left, Archimed up top, and of course we know about Cuejo, his ability to pick a pass as well.
Lacroix can't get to this one. Good job defensively on the part of Salazar. Will clear it out. Quickly the throw in back to La Grassa. He'll play back defensively. Collected this time by Donovan. Suarez. Again, La Grassa. Very active player in midfield. Searching for the ball all the time. Fernandez dispossessed by Cabral. Nice job by him. It'll come on back to Saldana. He squares it on over. Lamb this time around. Again, Saldana. Here's Drac Dunbar. Christian mentioned he's had a very good run of play.
And I like what I've seen from Cameron Dunbar. I'd like to see more of him on the ball, though, have more of an influence in the game. When he's facing up and going 1v1 against defenders, that's when he's at his best.
Good ball here for Preston Judd. Donovan defending. Judd wins it. He scores! Tucks it underneath Saldana, and Galaxy 2 take the 1-0 lead inside 7 minutes. Just a good enough step to get past Donovan and tucked it home on the near side. 1-0, Galaxy 2 over Sacramento.
Well, when you run the channels like Preston Judd, more times than not, good things are going to happen. This is a superb expert finish from Preston Judd, who makes it a baker's dozen with his 13th of the season. Picked his spot, put it past the keeper, and the Panther crawl celebration. My goodness, what a start here, just 7 minutes in, and Preston Judd, well, he missed out the last time, not missing a beat this time.
Galaxy 2 somewhat against the run of play. Sting Sacramento here in the early going. And they're on the front foot now. This will come back to Donovan. Sacramento on possession. It goes out wide onto the right side. Bauer Back to Donovan as the Galaxy now press a little higher, make things a bit difficult on Sacramento. Into the midfield it comes. Salazar. Saldana does well to get the ball off his foot. Owen Lamb, though, can't find it. It's played on forward. A good job by Dante Campbell. Steps into that stride, and Galaxy 2 get it back. Otherwise, Archimed would have been running in on goal.
Yeah, it's a big night for Dante Campbell, getting the run out. We haven't seen him in the first 11 too often this season, but a chance to, fill that void left by Jalen Neal, who's been away with the USA on international duty down in Mexico. A little short-handed, so chance for Campbell, who's kind of been the utility man, the Swiss Army knife, used in a variety of roles in midfield, at fullback. We'll see where he finds himself and how he forges that partnership. A lot of the leadership will fall upon the decision-making of his experienced partner, Liam Doyle.
Well, if you're a young player at this level, you play every position, and you don't say no to any position.
Exactly.
You get out there.
It's kind of the modern-day approach, too, and it rings true for this team.
Here's Cabral. Here's Owen Lamb. He's got Salazar on the right side. Good ball ahead here for Salazar, able to run it down. Watched there by one defender in Lacroix. Lamb again towards the byline, puts on the brakes. Good ball back out for Preston Judd. He can go to goal. He lacks a little confidence, Preston Judd.
Well, yeah, kind of laughing at himself. The body language tells the story at the top of the box, and he's got the number 9 mentality is what I call it here, and he has one sight and only one thought and one thought only. That's go for goal. Doesn't even look up, surveys it, gets it all wrong. However, that's what you get, and you want that kind of mentality from a player playing in that position. Preston Judd, a number 9's number 9.
I have zero problems with that. Take the shot. He sends a message to the opposing team that he will take a shot from anywhere, and you better be aware of him at all times. And he's already got a goal on the night and 3 shots at goal. Here's Donovan. It'll come into midfield. Campbell settles all the way back to his goalkeeper, Lopez, directing a little traffic here and how he wants his defenders to spread out. It'll come out to Doyle. He'll go left side to Drac. Ahead to Cabral. Shaking his defender, LaGrassa. He'll get the throw in.
And we saw Remy Cabral come in as a substitute a couple of weeks ago against El Paso. He changed the game. His movement, picks it up and moves. Yeah, similar to what you see from a Ricky Puig, but to a lesser degree. His movement can unhinge, and he's got an ability to pick a pass, can liven things up in the midfield, changes the angle of attack, and forces defenses to adjust to him.
Here's Suarez now for Sacramento. It is Galaxy 2 leading Sacramento early going here. Preston Judd, goal number 13 on the season. Donovan. It'll come out to Suarez. Judd closing him down. That'll be a foul against Preston Judd.
This is the part of the game where Preston Judd has to clean up. Suffers from indiscipline. Sometimes gets a rush of blood to the head. Needs to collect himself.
A rush of blood? Really? I like that.
Yeah. Plays with fire. And it reminds me of a young Wayne Rooney. And we look at this. Santiago Suarez is caught and comes in late. Striker's challenge, if you will. Call it whatever you want. Clear foul. And argues the case. Says, hey, come on. But he doesn't have any grounds for an argument here. It's just silly from Judd. He needs to stamp that out of his game if he wants to take that next leap as a player, because the physical attributes are there, the talent are there, the goal-scoring prowess is there, Joe.
Yeah, take the edge off just a little bit, not too much, but just a little bit.
It's so hard to argue with the numbers too that he's put up. I mean, we talked about the Baker's dozen. I mean, that's just in 24 appearances, better than a goal every game, every other game.
But you can't score goals and help your club if you're off on suspension.
Absolutely.
Saldana does well to get away from LaGrassa here. He'll find some space going forward. Had Cabral decide to turn away. Instead, Gonzalez. Now onto the right side, Salazar. The one-time cross towards the spot, trying to find Preston Judd. And Suarez is able to clear it out. Corner kick.
I like the role of Michael Salazar in a supporting attacking role. They're playing wider on the right here. He struggled in that center forward position the last time we saw him out, but experienced player from Belize. And and can link up, hold it up, defends well from the front. Some hard workers in there. You throw in the movement of Cabral, and Adri Gonzalez is singled out for praise by Marcelo Sarvers, how he changes it, does the necessary things out of possession, closes down. So it'll be a big part of the approach tonight, those players that provide the industry.
And Drac will take this corner kick, bends it in towards that back side into the sunlight here, the setting sun towards the western side of the stadium. This will be cleared out for another corner kick, Galaxy 2, I believe. Yes, it is. And they'll go from the far side this time around. Hey, celebrating its 75th anniversary, Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. Choose what you play with at www.selectsportamerica.com. Select, League's choice, player's choice. Galaxy 2 on top here, 1-0 and looking for more.
You keep your eye on Liam Doyle at 74 in blue.
Cabral will send it on to the backside. Salazar's header to the near post is wide and out of play. Goal kick.
And Salazar knows he should have done a little bit better here. Did well to rise, timed his leap to perfection, but just couldn't establish contact to send it towards goal. Fine delivery from Cabral to that far post and just kind of gets it lost. Defender doing just enough there, Lacroix, to throw him off.
Good press here from Galaxy 2, forcing the long ball in the midfield, then a throw-in. Possession back to Los Angeles. It'll come back defensively. Campbell back to his goalkeeper. And Lopez does well to get it off his foot. Saldana saves it. Onto the near side it comes to Lamb. A little bit late on that ball from Lamb. Campbell this time clears it into midfield and knocked forward by Gonzalez. Saldana. Campbell in Sacramento pressing a bit. Second time around, they'll get the foul and a free kick.
I thought he originally called that one on the first foul from Keiko, who infringed Dante Campbell. Brilliant touch there from Adam Saldana a moment ago. It was played under pressure. Lopez a little casual out of the back in goal with his feet. And Saldana with that one touch just to relieve it, play it over. And he's kind of that metronome, Joe. We've seen it in so much of his passing, is the centerpiece of this LA Galaxy 2 midfield.
I think one of the things Galaxy 2 needs to be a little bit cleaner with is their ability to clear their lines in the back line defensively. If you're slow, you're liable to get a ball picked off like that and quickly back the other way. The way to protect this lead for Galaxy 2 is to be clean in and around their defensive third and not find themselves passing the ball back and putting players, their own teammates, in trouble.
And that's being put to the test right now because Sacramento's really coming out, pressing high with those three forwards from the top, defending from the front.
Well, all of this sequence happened on the long pass back to the goalkeeper, Lopez. If that's your only option when you're 45 yards away from goal, you made the wrong selection. Here comes Sacramento now. Archimed from 25, blocked there by Doyle, but they'll keep it alive. Lacroix back in. Keiko this time around. Good job by Campbell standing in front there. It'll come out to Gonzalez, out to the near side. Salazar playing into space. Judd on the run. Out comes the goalkeeper, Saldana, and he was caught between two minds. Able to get there first.
I think he saw the penalty box line and he kind of put the brakes on. Still managed to recover well. Little indecision. They've kind of been rotating their keepers. Expected to see Danny Vitiello in goal. Has played most of the games, 21 so far, but Saldana coming in. Don't think that position is quite ironed out just yet for head coach Mark Briggs.
Here's Suarez now. Lays this one off. Fernandez getting forward, able to switch it out the right side. This is promising for Sacramento as the ball comes into the 6, and Lopez read it well. Steps in front of Archimed.
And that's where I think Drac's got to be a little bit better defensively. Let that one drift over. Had a defender off of his left shoulder, came in and just took that one touch. I thought the reading was really good from Lopez to recognize the angle and have one on his right. It's a proactive goalkeeper, Lopez. Can distribute pretty well. reasonably well with the ball at his feet.
Well, that's what everybody's asking for these days.
Absolutely.
The days of the goalkeeper sticking on his line and that's it are over. Long gone.
Yeah, the one-touch Lev Yashin days are well behind us. You know, liken it to Oliver Kahn. Think of those goalkeepers in the older mode.
Yeah, that's over. And you better be able to play it with your feet or you're not going to get on the field. Doyle. Campbell. Trying to solve this puzzle. It's going to be a turnover in Sacramento's way. However, we have a yellow card coming out here. And I believe it might be issues with the goalkeeper, Lopez.
I think it's for dissent more than anything. A little extra conversation. Referee Brad Jensen heard something he didn't like.
Find out officially here in a moment.
Thought he might have been looking at Liam Doyle as well, but
it's possible.
Real interesting decision there from the referee.
This is promising for Galaxy 2. This ball played ahead by Cabral, not good enough for Dunbar. That needed to lead him in on goal, especially with the amount of space that was there. Here comes Sacramento again on the right side. Played in towards the spot. Campbell will clear it out. Corner kick for Sacramento. Good build-up for the visitors that they got numbers ahead in that particular sequence for them, and they have now a set play opportunity.
Yeah, they play it vertically well. They transition nicely when winning the ball back and go straight down the Galaxy's throat. Nice reading at the back. Some 11th hour defending, you'd have to say, from Dante Campbell, who showed good coverage for his partner Liam Doyle on that occasion.
Gurr with the corner. Played to the top of the 6. The header towards goal is out of play. I thought that was Doyle's. He didn't go after it. He let it go. It'll be a goal kick here. That's a bit surprising, especially in that situation.
Well, especially when a team that's known for scoring dead balls like Sacramento Republic, and a powerful run from Josh Bauer from his central defensive position. He kind of overpowers Remy Cabral as well. Galaxy dodge a bullet.
Here's Campbell. Just clear this one out. And they'll set up defensively. I don't think that's a bad decision by Campbell under the circumstances here, where Sacramento's given the Galaxy fits in playing out of their own defense. Gurr will get forward along that end line. A bad touch. Goal kick here for Galaxy 2.
And they're finding some joy, whether it's down the left-hand side with Lagrasso or Keiko, and now we're seeing, Gurr get involved, getting on that left shoulder of Josh Track and touching those balls in. Something the Galaxy are going to have to be aware of. It's a little bit narrow when you play with 3 in the middle like that. So space is out there for them to attack as well, as much as it is for the Galaxy a little higher up along the Sacramento back 3.
Keiko closing down Lopez, able to get this ball away. It's one at midfield. Good job by Cabral on that secondary defensive move, and it'll find its way to the touchline for a throw-in.
So the booking given to Adam Saldana.
All right.
And then must have had some extracurriculars and some choice words referee Brad Jensen didn't want to hear.
Here's Fernandez. Lagrassa able to play this one on forward. Quajo, very quiet here in the opening minutes for Quajo. Now on possession, able to play this one on through for Archimed, who takes down Doyle. That's a foul and a free kick for Galaxy 2. Archimed a bit surprised on that, but I think the referee got it correct that time around.
Yeah, he did, because it was Doyle who did brilliantly. He utilized his experience to excellent effect, I thought. Cut off the channel, cut off the angle on the run. And as Archimed with a little touch in behind. Clear foul. No doubt about it. Doyle's just been ever present. He's been a rock back there all season, whether he's been partnering with Jalen Neal or Carlos Harvey, who, by the way, is serving the second of a 3-match ban tonight. He would kind of be the second choice behind Neal to partner Liam Doyle. Whoever the partner has been, Liam Doyle has been that steady, experienced head that's provided the leadership and really taught a lot of these youngsters how to read this game. And that's so important as a center back because you want the game in front of you. It's how you pick your angles and where your starting position is.
And with the opportunity here on the injury to Doyle, who's being looked at by the Galaxy physios, Mark Briggs has called his club over to his touchline to have an impromptu meeting. He's going to change things around just a bit, giving some direction on what he wants to see now going forward. They have been growing into this match, Sacramento.
Yeah, I think it's an excellent coach, Mark Briggs, and he's he sees what's presented to him. He can adjust on the fly as good as anybody in USL Championship, and we've seen him do it twice, not just against LA Galaxy 2, as we saw in their last meeting, that 2-0 win earlier this season up in Northern Cal, but also to the senior team in the U.S. Open Cup when Sacramento, of course, went on that historic run and knocked LA Galaxy out of the U.S. Open Cup in the quarterfinals here in Carson. So a manager who recognizes the situation, and that's astute management, taking the time and trying to impart those words of wisdom, always coaching, taking every possible moment that he can.
Free kick here for Galaxy 2. Doyle is on his feet. He is at the far touchline and just beyond. He'll come back and once the referee allows him to return to the field of play.
You know, Briggs, he's been chopping and changing his team. His third game in 8 days, bringing in 6 changes. So it's not just his management prowess, but his ability to manage his players from a tactical and man management standpoint of view as well, is utilizing the depth of this team. It's a little younger Sacramento team than the Sacramento teams you've seen in years past.
Here's Fernandez. Onto the right side it goes. Gurr settles. He'll go back defensively. Bauer. Cuejo checking back. All the way back to the goalkeeper. No, actually the Donovan will have to run this one down. He got wrong-footed on that ball coming back in. Suarez will collect here.
The Galaxy really dropping into a 4-4-2. Went out of possession here. Dunbar a little bit deeper, trying to provide some extra cover and fill that space that they've recognized, which Bauer's been able to attack. We've also seen LaGrassa as well as Keiko kind of float over there as well.
You know where to go for Bauer. Has to play it back to Saldana. Well done by Galaxy 2, taking away the passing lanes for the moment. LaGrassa. Here's Fernandez as they'll try to work the near side this time around. Fernandez poking it up the left wing. Lacroix will collect this one. Watch there by Lamb, who does a good job defensively. He'll win it and also win himself possession on the throw-in, just shy of the corner kick flag.
It's great defending from Owen Lamb. Didn't let his attacker get goal side, matched the pace, picked his spot when to dive in and wins the throw.
Gonzalez will show for this one. Ahead it goes to Salazar. Look at it again.
Just gets that toe in, patiently plays it off, back to do a corner, and wins the throw. And this is a player that's not a natural fullback either. He's still learning the position. Came in, of course, as a winger from his days through the academy.
Dangerous ball across the penalty area. Not too long ago, that was a serious no-no, and now it's a typical play, although that pass needed a little bit more power behind it. This will be a mistake, and here comes Preston Judd now from a bad angle, looking to get some help. He plays it right off the goalkeeper. Unfortunately, Cabral arrived a bit late. This will be cleared away. Gurr able to play it into the Galaxy defense. Doyle gets on the first touch. Gonzalez on the loose ball. Back it comes to Campbell, who's under some pressure. To the near side it goes. Owen Lamb able to shake Keiko as we take a look at the replay here.
Yeah, just one gear for Preston Judd, and that's just to go forward at all costs. And could have checked up and waited for the support to arrive behind him, or for the run from Grammy Cabral to catch up. It was going to be an acute angle, but it's Preston Judd running those channels, creating those openings, capitalizing on defensive mistakes.
Here's Suarez. Donovan. Cabral doing a good job of closing him down. Lacroix Keko forced back. LaGrassa. It'll come up the right side. Gurr and Drac got tangled up. The referee says no foul there, and we continue.
Galaxy adopting a more aggressive defensive posture, closing down a little higher up.
Owen Lamb. He'll find some space. Did he keep it in? He did. It came into Preston Judd. He played it forward, ran into Suarez, and our referee there says no foul, and I think that's correct. And Judd continues to have words with Suarez.
May have been a little case of obstruction, but Preston Judd was never going to catch up to that.
I think that was the correct call on both cases.
And a look, and Judd just a little taquito there, obstructed by the teenager. He's got as much right to that ground as Judd does.
Salazar. He'll knock this back. Campbell. Lamb will allow it to go through. Gonzalez. Salazar. Was he brought down? The referee's thinking about it. No. Suarez. Here's Lacroix. Slide tackle by Campbell. And I feel the heat rising.
Yeah.
Just a little bit in this match.
Galaxy, I think, are figuring it out a little bit better. And I think dropping Dunbar a little deeper when out of possession is kind of befuddled Sacramento, trying to adjust. We look at it here once again as Lacroix, quick to play it off his feet. It's a timely challenge right at the back. I think Campbell's really adapted well to his new role so far.
Here's Lacroix now for Sacramento as they'll get forward, played into Keko, back out it goes. LaGrassa, excuse me. Now Lacroix. LaGrassa. Well, he had a lot of energy in him in the first 10 minutes. LaGrassa dancing around and really making things difficult on Galaxy 2, playing in between the lines and creating opportunities for Sacramento. He's flattened out a bit. Here's Gurr this time around. Back out LaGrassa. Gurr all the way to the left wing, onto his right foot, plays it on in. Out comes Lopez, and he's late to this one. He'll get the goal kick.
And let off the hook is the way to describe it. Timely delivery. Salazar can't close down the cross in time, and it comes in. And if you're going to come off that line as a keeper, you've got to win it. And Lopez looking a little indecisive, you could say. Gurr with a wonderful run to set himself up. Had time to take a touch, and Doyle just stops his run, but he stops it because Lopez has come off his line. He's got to win that ball, take command of his penalty area.
Galaxy 2 working through their own penalty area off this goal kick. Owen Lamb back to Drac, in some trouble here, tight quarters. Lamb all the way on that far side now. Trying to shake Fernandez, and does. It'll come to Saldana, back to Drac. A lot of field this way, guys. Saldana back to his goalkeeper Lopez, right off the goal line and out to the near side. Okay.
Hey, why go next door when you can go around the block?
Sure, why not? This would be a throw in the other way for Sacramento. Wow.
It reminds me of the new math, right?
Lacroix. Archimed taking off the ball. No foul there. It'll come back to Doyle, able to play this one long, looking for Dunbar. Bauer got on the first ball. Gurr able to touch it on back defensively before Cabral can get on the end of it. But Galaxy 2 win the clearance. Saldana ahead to Cabral, Dunbar on the left. Watch there by Donovan, played it to the top of the box. No run into the area. Gonzalez needed to be a little bit more aggressive there. Back out it goes the other way, and now he has to run 60 yards to get back into the play. Kenko beat him into Quajo, and Doyle will jump the play.
Really good work from Dante Campbell to slow that run of Keiko at a full head of steam. Kind of stifled that Sacramento Republic counterattack. But you're right, it was an excellent build-up play on that left-hand side. And Dunbar with his head up puts it right in that nice area. No one making that late run into the box, and it results in this foul in the end. Galaxy put on the back foot. think really Cameron Dunbar needs to have more of an influence on this game. They need to find the ball to him a little bit more because he's kind of drifted out of it. But when he has popped up in those moments that he's kind of asserted himself, he's been a difference maker.
Now play has been stopped here. Now Suarez and Judd have been going at each other verbally since.
Focus on Judd.
I'm not sure exactly what the personality disagreement is between the two, but our referee has stopped play to this point to let them know, hey, enough. And he goes to the older Judd and says, all right, let's calm down here.
He's fascinating. I mean, he's a lot of fun to watch. Off the ball as well. I mean, he's always entertaining, always talking Preston Judd. Referee has warned him right now. So the next coming together, the next time it draws the referee's attention, it's probably going to result in a booking.
The near side AR is going to pay attention to this as well.
Yeah.
Let's take a look exactly what went down here.
The Judd just niggling in on Suarez and comes in and then gets up and has a little bit of extra. It doesn't need to do that. And that's that silly stuff I was talking about earlier. He has to stop and stamp that out of his game because it's keeping him from becoming a good player to a great player.
I agree.
And it becomes on the periphery here, and the discipline starts to creep into the game and can take you out of what you do so well. He's too good of a player to let that kind of become a distraction.
Well, the problem you're having now is every center referee and every referee's crew in USL Championship is going to make a mental note coming into the match, and that already puts you in a negative view, right?
You develop a reputation.
That's right. Here's Saldana. Cabral. What a move. What a move getting past LaGrassa. He'll go left side of Dunbar. That finishing pass not good enough. Here comes Sacramento back the other way. Gurr. Fernandez. Lacroix. Salazar back to help out defensively. Fernandez once again. Inside 36 minutes of play, it is 1-0 in favor of Galaxy 2, thanks to Preston Judd's performance, his 13th goal on the season. He has been very dangerous for G2. He just plays on both sides of the sword. Here's Judd now, going after Suarez. Suarez able to clear it away this time around. Lacroix into Keiko. Nice job by Saldana. Salazar as well. LaGrassa brought down. Oh my goodness, here's a direct red.
Yeah, he can't argue it. He came in, and when you leave your feet and he comes in two-footed, we'll take a look at it on the replay here, and referee with no hesitation went straight to the back pocket. The Galaxy are really going to be at a disadvantage right now, down a man for the rest of this game. Here's why. Good closing down from Saldana and forcing it negative. Salazar comes in with those studs up. That's a no-no. Can't argue against the call.
Galaxy will be a man down the rest of the way. And Salazar is sent off here in the 37th minute.
Silly, silly, silly foul.
Not sure exactly what the discussion is for Salazar at this moment. It's time to leave.
Yeah, you come in like that, and that's a tackle that can break a leg if it makes full contact. And you saw Keiko up in the air. And Salazar, no doubt, when you come in, leave your feet with a two-footed challenge like that, you don't give the referee any option, and the referee wasted no time in dealing red. And
it's a reckless foul at any level. It's a red card.
Yeah, unfortunately. And so now we're going to have a tactical rethink from Marcelo Sarvis, who show his coaching chops here. The Galaxy fortunate to be up a goal here, but they'll be left to chase a lot of this game. And Marcelo Sarvis conferring with his assistants right now on how best to adjust. May see a switch here before halftime. So Salazar off.
So Donovan will take the restart and we continue. Lacroix. Cabral will drop on over to the right side, and that's the shift at the moment for Galaxy 2, and it's probably going to be that way for the majority of the minutes here, especially to halftime and maybe beyond. LaGrassa.
You know, and we were talking about disciplinary problems and keeping your head. You've got a young group. This is the 5th youngest team in USL, Joe. You see that rush of blood to the head that we saw with Preston Judd? Salazar just losing it a little bit.
Overly aggressive.
Yeah, and it's about managing games. You've got to keep your head. That's the next step as a professional that you have to take.
Saldana will get the free kick here, and he's on the yellow card. We'll pay attention to that in the second half as well. Owen Lamb, Cabral, good return service for Lamb. Judd wants it, and now he's going to make the run into the area. Donovan has the angle, but he gave it up right to Judd. Judd plays it across the 6, and it's cleared away. And Donovan looks like he's playing on eggshells there, very nervous in his own penalty area. In the meantime, Preston Judd, remember, he had his knee wrapped coming into the match, and then about 10 minutes into the match, he pulled the wrap off. And now it looks like that same knee is bothering him a bit here. And he's tested it, seems to be all right. And we continue.
Just trying to walk it off.
Still not sure of himself. Sacramento will clear into midfield. This will come on to Campbell, who's in some trouble. Keiko defending on him, as well as Archimed. It'll come on back Doyle. Drac.
And decision that really opened up this game with Sacramento and forced to come out with that early goal from Preston Judd, and now with an extra numerical advantage in terms of players.
Here's Gonzalez. Good movement here for Galaxy 2 getting out of this. It'll come ahead to Judd, who's running onto it. Out comes Saldana, and he got a piece of this ball. You'll have to get a second piece. And again, Preston Judd off the sprint is not good. He's not going to be able to continue. And he goes down holding on to this knee, and if it's that bad, it's a foul, and here comes another yellow card. And is this time, is it another red coming out?
Yeah, it was Lamb. And
it was Lamb this time around.
Yeah,
okay.
Just put the hand on the back. A professional foul in the end. No argument from Lamb and no grounds for protest. Here's why. Comes up. First touch gets away from him. Tries to kind of overcompensate. Yes, the Sacramento player does make the most of it, but these days, more times than not, Joe, when you're putting hands on the upper part of the body, when it's two-handed like that, the referees, more times than not, are going to brandish cards. And the bigger question right now, though, is not only are they down to 10 men, but they've lost their second attacker here if Judd can't continue, which it doesn't look as though it's going to bode well for him. And it got a player that we've seen players play through injury, but he's not one of those players that can do that at this point because his game is predicated on so much running.
Well, he's coming off right now. He's going right to the bench.
Yeah, and
the Galaxy is going to be two-man down here until they can get somebody on. And talk about a defensive shell for Galaxy 2 at this point. He's going to walk to midfield and maybe try to give it a go, but in that last sprint, he finished the sprint, but obviously there's pain in the knee, and for him to be able to continue at this point doesn't make any sense. LaGrassa. It'll go out the right side. Gurr plays into the area. Out comes Lopez. He got a piece of it. Lacroix, though, keeps it alive, thinking about going to goal. LaGrassa, his shot right on net, but it's blocked by Dante Campbell. Fernandez to the near side. Lacroix is there. It looks like Judd is going to give it a try here to finish out the half. He's waved back on. LaGrassa, Bauer, and Gurr. Watch there by Drac. Cross able to come into the area. Lacroix keeps it alive and down in front to Quajo, who skies it over the bar.
You Galaxy are not tracking these crosses well enough, and they have caused problems, whether it's Lopez, who doesn't get enough of it to make the clearance, and Lacroix, simple ball to the top, and that's that run from LaGrassa, puts them on the back foot, come away unscathed, and the subsequent cross coming in, and no one tracking it. Got to win those balls, attack those balls. Some shaky moments back there, but so far so good for LA. Trying to nurse that clean sheet.
Lopez will play it out the near side. Owen Lamb will run it down, clear it out of play for the throw-in. Throw-in here for Sacramento. Hey, don't miss a minute of the action in 2022. Whether your club is on the road or at home, catch nearly every second of the USL Championship on ESPN+, the home of the USL, MLS, La Liga, the Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. Here's Suarez. Judd will continue here. Bauer, Cuello, LaGrassa. Fernandez now will take up the space. Lacroix. Watch there by Lamb, pulls it on back. Lamb defending, able to get it through, though, as Lacroix tried to play it back post and a block in front there. Campbell got in front of that one.
It's a good play from Lacroix.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent acceleration to round his way past Lamb. It's been a fascinating individual matchup.
Bauer this time around. LaGrassa once again. This time Fernandez on the left. Tries to play it. Back post off the bar. It goes off the deflection. Handball in the area from Bauer. And possession back to LA Galaxy 2.
The Galaxy are hanging on by a thread right now, Joe. Whether it's not tracking crosses, letting a little bit more space on his left-hand side and not closing down the point of entry. And then the movement has been great. I think the supporting runs have been very good from Sacramento. This time it's Felipe, the deflection in, it goes off of Campbell. But look at these runs here. We're seeing Keiko running central, and you get to the likes of Lacroix recovering and continuing his run to the near post. The several opportunities we've seen with LA on the other side, is that something that's been lacking?
Lopez in the midfield on the restart. Keiko with a good win there. Fernandez will come out with possession. 3 minutes of stoppage time before we get to half. Lacroix turns on the Jets against Cabral, who closes him down. This is going to be a throw-in for Galaxy 2.
Game has an edge, doesn't it?
In the meantime, our referee comes over, talks to Mark Briggs, and his assistant was holding on to the ball there. The fourth official, a little warning or a little suggestion as to drop the ball next time. Judd able to play this on forward. Donovan will run onto it.
And again, Judd preoccupied with the referee. He has to power through that run. It's been a tough customer here. I think I've been impressed with Suarez at times. Yes, he couldn't prevent the goal from Judd, but he's provided more of a physical impediment more times than not to Judd, trying to make that run down the channel. The kid, he's 17 years of age, against Judd. He's got his hands full.
Here's Gurr running onto this one. Drac tried to shield it out of play. He's dropped for a free kick. Galaxy 2 here. And I think Galaxy 2, at this point, wants to slow things down and get themselves to the locker room. Down a man, but up 1-0 on the scoreboard. And basically need to reevaluate also Preston Judd, see if he's able to continue. Maybe they'll try to wrap up his knee once again, or that area where it was wrapped up. It looked to be his knee.
Yeah, halftime can't come too soon. A chance to reassess.
Axel Picasso was the player that was hurrying to get ready to go, and so maybe we'll see him in the second half. Keiko, good job by Lamb, but it'll be a corner kick here for Sacramento right in front of halftime. A good opportunity now on the set play for Sacramento. Fernandez is there, Archimed, players with height. Suarez will get in there as well as Donovan.
As close as Sacramento have been, they feel like there's a little blood in the water here, but they've yet to record a shot on target so far.
Here's the corner kick, bent into the area, out comes Lopez, he'll take it to ground. Good job by the young keeper.
Yeah, much better command, decisive, read it well. He's got a degree of athleticism, Lopez. Struggled a little bit on the flight of the ball at times tonight, whether it be from wide crosses or corners.
Goalkeepers is one thing. It takes time and it takes a lot of patience, and you have to let them grow into becoming great goalkeepers, and you only do that by playing. And so Lopez has earned his right to get out there. But in the end, it is at the end of 45 minutes now, and the LA Galaxy 2 will take a 1-0 lead into the locker room, but they're down a man. And still a long ways to go in this one, Christian.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a cagey start. Preston Judd, though, finally springing to life on the 7th minute, played in beautifully by Owen Lamb. But a lot of rethinking right now for head coach Marcelo Sarvis. Down a man with Salazar going off on the 37th. How do they adjust? They didn't end well here. I thought they were a little bit lucky that they're not on level terms heading into the break. We'll see what kind of adjustments they make during halftime.
1-0 in favor of the home team. LA Galaxy 2 over Sacramento Republic FC. Halftime is coming up next.
I'm on that real team. I'm on that real team.
Stop it. Yo, roll it down.
I am.
You don't need a car to listen to Sirius XM. You can listen anywhere. You know that, right?
What? Kevin Hart's last on radio.
Kevin, you could use your phone.
What? What?
Alexa, play Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio on Sirius XM.
What?
This is how I know you're getting old.
What?
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Dignity Health Sports Park. It is 1-0 in favor of Galaxy 2 at the break in a very physical match, an entertaining match. But here's where everybody stands right now in the Western Conference of the USL Championship, and it's a must-win game here for Galaxy 2, sitting in 12th place.
Yes, indeed. And Sacramento Republic, one of those top 4 teams that already clinched their spot in the 2022 USL Championship playoffs here with the Galaxy. They do have that game in hand too on some other teams, but 7 points adrift. And Marcelo Sarvis told me when I talked to him this morning, he said, you know, Christian, we can talk about performances and who's doing what and tactics and formations. We just got to win. We've got to come out there. We play for points. We don't play for performances. So it's the Sacramento team that was growing.
Match even with the victory against Rio Grande Valley FC. On Phoenix, Royal SC
characteristically
win time.
I thought it's a little disappointing.
Legends.
Left foot fire.
So we had Young.
The first half, and a lovely one half, and I thought the Galaxy looked a little unfit. That's when they've looked the
point. Sacramento
here, the sending off of Salah it out. And
to start the subs are out. Potentially going to concede another. Like he was there, because we're going to.
And we're seeing some play, but out with injury. They lose a lot with West.
Coming up next. Stay with us. LA Galaxy here, let's take a look.
And then wrapping things up at home soil for the
third place, maybe. Two, we told you, added 2 on the
home form, and you want here is your team. Are we going to out of here was really a their strength to show.
Trying to make this substitution ready to go. Ian Fuhrer, goalkeeper coach.
Maroney and his 19 roles under the previous coaching staff. My apologies.
So it's likely to. You imagine from Sacramento, bandaged no, if he's going to.
Wearing the number 10 in white for his understanding up there.
From what I can tell at this point, for Josh, no, not even.
Step into midfield if necessary. Be Cameron.
Offside. To Galaxy 2.
We'll see what.
Substitution board and not 25. But now by Judd, he's brought down. That's a foul.
Cheer for it. Nipping in, Judd.
Here's Judd, has it now along the end line, wants to get the corner kick out of it, and he does, as he shakes Lewis to the ground. So a corner kick here for LA Galaxy 2. Suarez is the player that left the match for Sacramento.
And this is a tactical change, and they're going for an extra attacking player in Lewis, slotting in into a role underneath. Changing things up a bit.
Drack to take the corner kick here for Galaxy 2. Left-footed ball that's going to bend in towards goal. Plays it short post, boxed away by the goalkeeper in Saldana. It'll come out towards midfield. Collected here by Gonzalez. It's away from Keiko. He's got Campbell. Could not find him. Good job by LaGrassa. Got in front of that. Gurr back into midfield. Here's Lewis. Archimede thinking about the run, but the pass came too late. He had to hold up. All the way back to Lopez. Here's Saldana. Campbell. Drack this time around. This would be a handball. Should be a yellow card.
And his hands clearly away from his body. Can't go. Galaxy looking to be a little bit more direct, and it'll challenge Remy Cabral to attack the space in behind. Another look here. Drack just hits it and raising the arm. And
how's that on a yellow card?
That high up. They say if it's above your shoulders, it's really beyond argument. That was close.
I don't know. It's a long pass. He put his hands out to block it on purpose.
Yeah, it's not in a natural jumping motion either.
Here's Quajo. Lacroix. Quajo making the outside run now. Good job by Asengwe that time around. He'll find Saldana. Campbell out to Drack. Cabral calling for this ball. LaGrassa steps in front. Gurr. Again LaGrassa. Keiko. Quajo's Galaxy drops back defensively here. There's going to be a lot of space in this middle third going forward.
Now a lot of this second half is going to be played inside the Galaxy half. You would expect they're going to have to work hard for each other
Here's LaGrassa. Gurr. Again, LaGrassa. He'll switch out the left side. Lacroix. Quajo took his eye off the ball. It's an opportunity for the Galaxy to break out. Gonzalez just running with it and keeping possession, but he's losing the ball in his own end. That can't happen because now the pressure continues. LaGrassa once more. Lewis into the penalty area. Lacroix able to one onto this and cleared away, but not far enough. Keiko settles, fires, blocked by Drac.
Good block from Drax. Keiko was wrapping that left foot around it.
This will be a foul against Drac.
So Zico Lewis trying to just add a little bit extra in the attack. Galaxy really defending deep, keeping their structure, keeping their shape, leaving up Judd by himself. Another look at it here. Gurr goes off on his run. Keiko trying to work his way around. Just a little shove that time from Drac. Clear foul.
Good free kick opportunity here. Gurr will take it. Everybody lined up at the top of the 18. Lopez at the top of his 6. Here's the cross down low. Drac able to clear it away, and it'll be a throw-in. Quickly done. Gurr again. He'll work on Drac, gets that cross into the area, and Archimed could not redirect towards goal. Quajo runs onto this one. He'll bend it back into the box and out of play as it went over the line in the air. Goal kick here for Eric Lopez and LA Galaxy 2.
Yeah, and we know how important it is to defend right now, and that's kind of the order of the day. As we can see the posture put forth by Marcelo Sarvas, who's brought off the attacker in Dunbar and brought on his Singway, who's slotted into that 5-man back line. But it's also about match management at this point. The Galaxy, they've shown great character, putting themselves in difficult positions, fighting back from goals down. Now they have the advantage in terms of the score, even though they're at the numerical disadvantage. Taking that step forward in maturity and managing this game, doing what's necessary, and keeping their head is going to be foremost.
Here's Gonzalez. Foul called though, as Doyle was brought down. Free kick. He'll power it long, looking for Preston Judd. Donovan able to win this one. Lacroix. Galaxy set up their defense around midfield. It'll come on forward. Archimed is onside as he takes it into the area. Then he lost his footing. And our referee says goal kick.
Yeah, there's nothing in that. Archimed was looking for it, trying to feel the contact. It's not a good angle taken by Asingwe, who lets Archimed get goal side of him here, run right past him. Forced into a difficult position, and Archimed just loses his balance. Nothing in that. I want to see him keep his footing a little bit better and test the keeper, something that, you know, Sacramento, for all of the possession, the chances that they've carved up, they've just kind of been blunt-edged in that final third. They haven't taken their chances when they have arisen. They've had some good build-up play.
Here's Cabral. Able to get through LaGrassa that time around, but Gurr is there. Lacroix down the middle of the park this time. He's got Quajo to his left. Lacroix will do it himself. Now outlets Quajo. Sends in for Archimed. Gets a piece of this one, but it'll go out of play for a goal kick, Galaxy 2.
Once again, the Galaxy not tracking on their crosses, and Archimed, just mistimed his leap. Thought he jumped a little bit too early. Clear free header to win and test the keeper once again, though. It's there, the service is there, especially in those wide areas. It's been troublesome for LA.
Gonzalez able to step through here and breaks this up. Drac runs onto it as Galaxy 2 able to clear their half. So it'll be a throw-in for Galaxy 2 as Gurr is able to clear it on out for a throw-in.
Clever run. And from Josh Drac, showed off his natural attacking instincts.
He'll just play up the wing and out of play. We'll see a lot of this here in the second half from Galaxy 2, and this is, you're asking a lot of minutes of this type of work from Galaxy 2 now. One man high and just defending. And Sacramento committing plenty of numbers, 8 men.
When you're defending, you're working a heck of a lot harder than when you have possession. It's twice as tiring.
Bauer, LaGrassa, Fernandez plays into the area. Archimed, this will get on through him and picked up easily by Lopez. In the meantime, Liam Doyle is down once again.
Not the first time we've seen Doyle go down. Needed a lengthy spell of medical treatment in the first half.
Galaxy players are saying that Liam Doyle was elbowed in the face. As our field microphones pick that up.
And remember, we don't have VAR in USL Championship, so tough to review from that perspective.
So the Galaxy trainers will come on to take a look, and hopefully we can pick it up here.
Angle ball in, and just right there,
yeah.
The shove from Archimed. Archimed once again puts himself in good position, but just raised that arm, and he's a very lucky man not to have been cautioned by the referee.
And you can hear Doyle say, "Hey, he elbowed me in the mouth." This is all part of the game also. You work on the referee a little bit. And the AR paying attention a little bit more as well.
A game that had so
and
much...
He wasn't incorrect on that. He did get elbowed in the face.
Yeah, it wasn't. It's a clear foul. It's not witnessed by the referee. And one wonders if Brad Jensen had seen that. It would probably be resulting in a booking, but a game that held so much promise of attacking football, had a great start to it. It was open, had a little extra edge to it, and sending off has really changed it right now.
You had a drop ball here for Galaxy 2. And Lopez will pick up. We'll see here. Doyle will be waved on in a moment. Another sub being readied here by Mark Griggs. Or Briggs, that is. Lopez. Drac can't find it. Keiko. Doyle is back on. Played ahead for Archimed. They'll battle into the near corner. This ball out of play. Another corner kick coming up for Sacramento. Simple.
Yeah, I like the angle taken there by Doyle. He gives up in pace, but he makes up for it in his understanding of this position, a good starting position. It's all about those angles you take.
Gurr will take the corner kick here. Here's the cross into the area, the header. Nice job by Asengwe, got in front of that one. Cleared by Drac, but shot by Lewis. Great save by Lopez as he pushes it wide of his near post corner kick.
What a hit this is from Zico Lewis, but an even better save. One of the saves of the season from Eric Lopez. He did absolutely brilliantly here. Laces right through it, full stretch, right off the fingernails of the LA Galaxy 2 keeper. Brilliant stuff.
Here's the corner kick, back to live action, comes out the far side. Lewis plays it on in and clear to the box for the moment. Kerr right off of Saldana. He does well to keep possession, plays it on back. This is given away in their own area. Now Keiko trying to find the shot, lays it off. Fernandez's shot, blocked by Asengwe. It'll come out to Quajo. He's able to play it out the far side. Here's Lewis once again, chipping into the Galaxy penalty area. It's cleared towards midfield, but Lacroix will pick up. Slaloms through a couple defenders. He'll find LaGrassa. Quajo. Get on the ball, early ball into the area. Keiko's diving header is wide and out of play. Goal kick.
Chance after chance after chance here for Sacramento. Come away with nothing. All credit to Eric Lopez on that save, but once again, this ball beautifully flighted in from Emil Quajo. Puts it right off the head of Keiko, who really has to do better. That is a free header. Not the best defending from LA Galaxy 2, but once again, Sacramento not taking their chance.
Looks like Sacramento is readying 2 players, Foster being one of them, and Viator being the other. Good job by Lamb finding some space here as Preston Judd is able to run onto it. Donovan defending. Here's the ball into the area for Cabral. Own goal! Own goal! And Galaxy 2 against the run of play have taken a 2-0 lead.
It is the strangest of games. Preston Judd celebrates a ball that asks the questions, and Sacramento's defenders do not deal with it. This is catastrophic defending. Just a simple ball. Donovan doesn't close down. Preston Judd, and it goes right off of Bauer, who gets it all wrong in front of goal, leaving his goalkeeper without absolutely any chance. A calamitous mistake that could really prove to be costly in the end. And the Galaxy, you said it, Joe, against the run of play, Remy Cabral and company looking very good, up 2-0, but still a lot of football remaining.
Cabral was there to hammer it home just in case, but Bauer tagged with the own goal here as Galaxy 2 leading now 2-0. Quajo and Archimed are the players that leave the match. Foster goes in for Archimed. And Viata was the player we expected to start as well, did we not?
Yeah, a player that's played a lot of minutes in that left wing-back role, so we'll see how he adopts his presence. A little higher in attack on that left-hand side. I think it's some good moves here from Mark Briggs as Archimed. You know, he'd had his chances, just wasn't falling for him. So some fresh legs, and Foster can run at those defenders. He's got pace in abundance, the big Jamaican.
So we have throw in for Sacramento. Keiko plays into the area, knocked away by Lamb. Here's Fernandez, as things will become a little bit more urgent now for Sacramento in this match. No offside here. Foster back out to LaGrassa. Gurr on the near side. Drac trying to get there. The shot to the near post is right on the goalkeeper, Lopez.
That's the hardest thing to do when a team just packs the box. This is really strangest of games.
Well, we saw it about 24 hours ago.
Absolutely.
In the MLS match in this building.
Yeah, kind of reverting to the same tactics for the senior team against Real Salt Lake last night that we saw. Seeing a repeat of it perhaps here tonight.
This time for the home side.
Yeah.
Saldana will clear it out.
It's really interesting that how they're approaching this and how Sacramento are going to go about kind of picking that lock, and they've thrown on their attacking pieces right now.
Here's Sacramento. Bauer has to shake that own goal. Here's the ball, comes in and cleared away. Throw it. Bauer. Donovan. They'll go out the left side here. Lacroix knocks ahead Fernandez. This is a good ball, but he's offside, just offside. And players down right inside the 6-yard box here. Fernandez colliding with Lopez.
Campbell in
Campbell
there
as well.
Missed time run there from Viader. Simple ball across. Down goes Malik Foster and Campbell. A rugby scrum there with
Lopez gets tangled up with all three.
Campbell's done well tonight, hasn't he? He's looked the part. Game's been simplified for him. That's one of the points of emphasis for head coach Marcelo Sarvis. Make it simple for these guys. Don't worry about what Sacramento's going to do. Worry about what you have to do.
So Lopez being attended to, Campbell as well. Campbell's going to have to leave the match and then be waved back on once he's deemed okay. Lopez, in the meantime, it was just awkward. He was trying to miss the scrum and then got tangled up by the crash of the players that went in towards his goal.
Yeah, and both clubs pretty short-handed right now. Remember, Sacramento playing without their talisman, Roro Lopez, who's out with suspension. Lee Desmond out with Achilles injury, as well as Danny Reynolds. The Galaxy without Jalen Neal, as we mentioned, came back injured from U.S. men's national team duty at the under-20 level. Of course, they lost Hamza Berry earlier this season. Carlos Harvey out with the second of a 3-match ban that he received earlier. Hence, Campbell being kind of thrust into an unorthodox role for him.
He's done well, though.
Yeah.
He has done well. Lopez able to send this forward, and Judd helping it along. Cabral with the secondary run, making it difficult on Sacramento. Campbell is back on, and so it's, again, 10 on 9 with outfield players.
Well, it's really taken the tempo and sting out of this, hasn't it?
Well, at this point, I think Galaxy 2 needs to be as slow as molasses, up 2-0.
Just get some possession, give your defense a chance to rest. And chasing throughout most of this second half.
Gurr. Here's LaGrassa, and again, Preston Judd having a hard time there. It might be time to take him off. Have somebody do some defensive running. Looks like it might be Taylor Davila as this ball comes into the area and bounces over Viader. Back out it goes, looking for LaGrassa, and Galaxy 2 able to clear this away. This should be a foul. No, says the referee, and we continue. Gurr. This is offside. In possession back to Galaxy 2 on the offside there. Hey, can't watch the match? Turn on a Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app. Every time there's an international break, Greg Berhalter gets fired.
Yes.
So Preston Judd is going to be attended to by the Galaxy trainers. His night will end. And I think safety first in this particular case.
He hasn't been himself. I mean,
no.
Ever since that first half injury, I thought he should have come off then. A player that I talked about relies so much on that running of channels. So Davila comes in, a natural central midfielder to replace Judd up top. It's obvious what the tactics are at this point. Davila able to get a foot on the ball, take some of the sting out of the Sacramento onslaught of attacking chances, and kind of stabilize things in the center of the park. Mr. Judd gets a good round of applause, involved in both goals. Took his goal very, very well, I thought, in the first half, and fired in that ball that Sacramento just really couldn't deal with it. That led to the second goal for LA on the own goal.
So Preston Judd is done. Taylor Davila will spell him. He will help solidify the midfield and play alongside Saldana and Gonzalez. Cabral will go to the forward spot. And that's how Galaxy 2 will soldier on in this one. LaGrassa. Lacroix able to play this one forward.
Push Remy Cabral into that false 9 role, if you will, right now. Up top there on an island by himself. Really, when it's going to be a 4-4-1.
Gurr. Here's Donovan. Plays up that left side. This might find the touchline. Viader does well to run onto it. Keep it in play. Watched by Asengwe. The cross in. It'll get on through as Fernandez could not redirect towards goal. Keiko. Back out it goes. Gurr with the cross. Cleared away by Campbell. Cabral with the battle here, and he'll get the foul called in his favor. And a free kick here for Galaxy 2. Sacramento sending on 2 more in just a moment.
Yeah, they're getting frustrated too.
Clearing the bench.
Fouling, impatient. Trying to keep their focus here. They need to work that ball around, those crosses in. They were asking the questions of LA, causing all kinds of problems. Gotten away from that here in the last few moments.
Douglas Martinez and Deshaun Brown, former MLS player, about to come on.
Two players with MLS experience coming on that could really change this game. Sacramento need at this point.
LaGrassa will spray this out the right side. Keiko. Closed there by Drac, forced back to Gurr. Squared in for LaGrassa. Able to play this on forward. Fernandez with a shot from distance. Easy for Lopez. And he'll collect it there. 71 minutes into the match now. It is 2-0 in favor of LA Galaxy 2.
And that's where Sacramento need more patience. And Felipe with a half chance doesn't really connect and able to put those laces through it, work it around, stretch that Galaxy defense apart, trying to find those fissures, those cracks and gaps.
He also had some space to go forward. This ball back to Saldana. A little dangerous one there for the keeper to deal with as it was bouncing on in towards him. Stoppage in play on the ball out, and here come the substitutions. Keiko will leave the match as Douglas Martinez Jr. will come on in his place.
Honduras international adds an element of pace, Joe.
Yeah, LaGrassa is done for Deshaun Brown, and I thought LaGrassa had a very good start to the match and was pulling the strings pretty well, and he was creating a lot of havoc for Galaxy 2, and then unfortunately for him it flattened out.
And what's more interesting here to me as well, and you're absolutely right, he didn't fail to really get a foothold into this after a strong start. He flared out into those wide areas, kind of tucked in underneath and didn't exhibit that same degree of influence. But I'd be hard pressed to find a striker either on the field or on the Sacramento bench that isn't on the field right now. I think they deployed their entire arsenal up top looking for a goal, trying to get back into this one.
Here's Lacroix, plays this one into the area. Good job by Campbell. Sengway will help it along in the midfield. Here's Lewis. Onto the far side, this one will go. Lacroix onto the wing. Viader squared. Lewis back into the box. Good job by Lopez. He is taken down. And that should be a card as the player went up high and caught the goalkeeper high.
I believe it was Malik Foster who came in a little recklessly and caught Lopez, who got there first. Referee's been busy tonight.
And a yellow card there to Foster.
More importantly, though, Lopez very, very slow to get up. Another look at it here. Angle ball in from Lewis. Picks the space. Came in with those studs up.
Wow.
And caught Lopez.
You know, Salazar got a direct red. Those were spikes high coming in on the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it was more of a two-footed challenge, I thought, from Salazar than in that instance. No doubt there is grounds for argument. It is reckless, and it is dangerous play from Malik Foster. Just an intent to go for it, but was beaten to it. And I'll tell you, the athleticism of Lopez paying off there to get there first. He's been preferred to Sanchez here in the recent run of games, and trying to prove himself as the out-and-out #1 for the Los Angeles Galaxy in a position that's kind of been up for grabs, whether it be under Yohan Dame or Marcelo Sarvis.
Yeah, Lopez being checked out now. You have to go through the concussion protocol as that was a shot to the head. And he'll get back onto his feet. You know, Lopez motioning that, hey, you went in with spikes high on me there.
Dangerous play, no doubt. Good to see Lopez come on. Come back up.
Free kick here for Galaxy 2. And Lopez will power in the midfield. No building out of the back here, I imagine, the rest of the way for G2. Nice job by Cabral. Drop on down to Davila. He'll just play into space defensively. Played well there by Sacramento's Bauer. Lacroix. Here's Lewis. Could have done better with that pass. It slows things down. Gurr. Lewis once again. Out the near side. Drac gets a piece of this one. It'll be a throw-in for Sacramento. Inside 75 minutes now. Martinez plays it back to Lewis. Squared on over Fernandez. This is good from Galaxy 2. Defensive posture.
Very good. They've been disciplined. Lopez has been outstanding at times. He's made a couple of mistakes on those flights of balls I mentioned in the first half, but since they've gone down a man, he's shown good judgment when to come off his line. He's been brave. Excellent save to deny Lewis earlier on here in the second half. And in an LA Galaxy 2 team, we haven't seen too many clean sheets as of late.
And Sacramento hasn't been able to solve the Galaxy's 5 in the back defensive strategy. It's frustrated them. Drac is able to play this one on forward to Cabral. He'll work against Bauer, but he will not get the throw in here. It'll be a throw in for Sacramento. And we're starting to see some tired legs.
Yeah,
in the late minutes.
Hey, it's a good point, Joe, and a lot of frustration begins to build, when, especially if you're a team like Sacramento. You've got so many attacking players, a numerical advantage since the 37th minute. Have problems really taking your chances in front of goal. Kind of wears on you after a while.
Here's Gurr. Martinez, nice job by Davila stepping out. Drac is there to get a piece of this, and it kept alive by Gurr, but not enough space for him. It'll be another goal kick here for Galaxy 2, and of course, Lopez will allow Foster to make the run to go get the ball and take all his allotted seconds, and maybe a little bit more, to get this ball away.
You have to go back, Joe, to 5-0 win away to San Diego. The last time LA Galaxy 2 recorded a clean sheet. And when you're in the hunt for the playoffs, you got to build for the back in any type of football team. And you get a little defensive solidity, it boosts that confidence and serve them well, as they really realistically need to win out tonight and the rest of the way. They're going to need solid defensive performances to get to that point.
Here's Lacroix, though. Gonzalez gets back, slows him a bit. Lewis, he'll go out the left side. Viader plays on in, cleared away by Doyle. Fernandez will have a go again, and over the bar this time, right on the top of the netting. Goal kick.
If I'm the coaching staff right now, I'm upset with this, because this is a lack of patience. You're giving away possession for a half chance like this. And yes, you know, when a ball sits up like that, any player is going to lick their chops. They're 25 yards out with 5 at the back, and a Lopez in form like he is. That's a real low percentage opportunity here. You want to pick, you want to move, you want to stretch that back 5 and create those chances. They haven't been able to get in behind and find that space whatsoever, but Spates has been very much at a premium with that box so packed with blue shirts. But a little more patience here from Sacramento maybe needed to be exhibited, as they've had some great deliveries at times and they've gotten it out wide.
And they're not taking it to the byline and getting across, down low across the 6 or anything like that.
And Viader has really asked the questions. He's put in some blind balls here since he's come on as a substitute. Galaxy have difficulty with those.
Viader, he'll cut in towards center, back out it goes to Lewis. He'll try to switch it across, and Drac gets a piece of it. It'll be a throw-in.
You have to remember, 3rd game in a week, you're on the road, and those tired legs really come into effect.
Here's Bauer. So Mark Briggs with his roster rotation kind of surprised us of what we were expecting from Sacramento. And to be fair, they had the game in terms of the run of play. As this ball comes in for Foster, the flag goes up, offside, and possession back to LA Galaxy 2. Galaxy 2 getting the goal against the run of play for Preston Judd. And then the red card doubled down on the fact that Galaxy 2 would not have possession in this match the rest of the way. And again, against the run of play, Preston Judd creates the 2nd goal.
And then a look at the offside here. It's just played by Lewis. And
that's really close.
It was Malik Foster played on by Liam Doyle, the referee's assistant, pulled his flag up straight away. Remember, no VAR here at USL Championship, so they're immediately flagging when they see the offside position, as opposed to top flight football when ARs are told to defer on offside and let the play run out, and it can be reviewed on video replay should it come to that.
Here's Lewis. Foster showing for this. Plays it across. It'll come to Gurr. He was a bit surprised on that one. Martinez back into center. Viader on to the left wing. Lacroix working on Owen Lamb. Plays into the area. Nice job by Saldana. Got enough of it to clear the defensive third. And Sacramento has to restart. Bauer all the way over to Donovan. The two center backs on the ball. It's good news for Galaxy 2 as this one comes on forward right into Campbell, is able to clear it away. I know Dante Campbell is playing out of position, but he's owning that position right now.
Absolutely.
He's done a good job.
He's stating a case for himself when Carlos Harvey comes back the game after next. And Jalen Neal comes back into the fray.
Cabral's attempted clearance off the defender. It'll come on back to Saldana. He'll take up some time, and he gave it away. Lucky that this ball got through. Owen Lamb puts his defender down. He'll take up the space. March on into midfield. Was he brought down? Yes, he was. Free kick and a foul and a yellow card against Lacroix. Tactical foul there, I'm sure.
So one born out of frustration more than anything. Embarrassing moment for Lacroix as he was put to the floor like you so astutely mentioned there. Tried to make up for it, win it back. Clever touch here from Owen Lamb. Good player. Showed pace, great reading of the game on the right-hand side. I think he's found his natural role from here on out as a professional at right fullback. And that was taken away from that touch that allowed him to nip in and win it from Lacroix, and just felt the contact goes down. Well done from Owen Lamb.
Doyle takes the restart, knocks it long. Cabral gets a piece of it. On to Donovan. This time Bauer. Gurr. A long switch. And if I'm Sacramento, I'm a little frustrated with that switch. There's no reason for that at that portion of the field. They need to continue to work down the wing. They have numbers nonetheless. They'll have possession here as Lewis plays it onto the right side for Martinez, and Drac does enough to allow this ball to go out of play. He did not touch it though. It'll be a throw-in for Galaxy 2.
It's good play from Drac tonight. I think they gotten the best out of their fullbacks in Josh Drac and Owen Lamb. Tough assignments, whether it be Douglas Martinez, Keiko running at them. Drac struggled with a couple of balls early on in the first half, but he's acquitted himself well, and with this simplified approach here, the Galaxy really just know what they have to do. It's kind of played into their hands.
Now we have a stoppage and a foul called against Taylor Davila, I believe. Or was this a foul away from the play? It might have been.
No cards dealt. Strange.
Remy Cabral, I believe, called for this foul. Free kick for Sacramento. Yes, and no cards. Gurr, 84th minute, a 2-0 cushion for Galaxy 2. Trying to go to the backside of the 6. Lopez will take that out of the air.
Excellent, just excellent goalkeeping. Came in, took charge of it, was watching him the entirety before that ball was taken, and he knew it was going to come to that side. Floated over to that opposite angle on the 6-yard box and really showed a great command of his area, Eric Lopez.
Cabral did a great job on that, working to get that possession back for Galaxy 2, but Gonzalez, unfortunately, could not handle the ensuing pass. And Sacramento on possession again. On the near side it goes. Gurr right into Drac off the deflection. Davila will save the possession for Galaxy. It'll come on into Saldana in some trouble. No foul here as Foster will come out with possession. Plays it on the far side. Lacroix. Watch there by Lamb. Back out to Foster. Galaxy trying to close it down, and they did a good job of slowing things, and in fact they got the possession back on the throw-in here.
It is excellent defending, and as simplified as it is, you just throw 5 back there. It's just not that easy. You got to stay compact. You want to have that proper distance between lines, and the spacing in between from a horizontal perspective has to be there. It's been spot on here so far from LA.
Best thing they're doing right now is they're not committing any fouls in and around their area. They're all well away from the penalty box, and on that restart from Gurr moments ago, you have to wonder, you're 50 yards away from goal and you played it all the way to the far side of the 6. Plenty of time for the goalkeeper to get on the end of it.
Yeah, I think it's a good point you mentioned, Joe, too. Just stand it up your attacker. There's no need to dive in. Force them to make the mistake. Put them on the back foot.
Davila with the clearance. Ahead it goes to Cabral. Did not get enough of that one. But Sacramento has to restart from their own half of midfield. Fernandez. Villader. Lewis. It'll go onto the wing. The cross is blocked by Owen Lamb and out of play. Corner kick. So a good set play opportunity here for Sacramento. We're going to have plenty of stoppage time, so 5 minutes plus whatever our referee decides. Here's the cross into the area. Doyle got a piece of it. Gurr trying to settle, looking for the shot, tried to play it back on through. That goes right off of Davila and out of play. Sacramento appealing for a potential handball, but I think that got Davila in the upper chest area. So come on back to Lewis. Lacroix sends it on in, cleared away by Drac. It'll come out to Cabral. He'll collect near side touchline. Back to Taylor Davila. Does well, Davila, feeling the pressure. Cabral. He'll earn the foul here and a free kick. And Martinez earned himself a yellow card with that one.
And silly from Martinez. One, diving in on a player is so far away from goal. And two, that reaction. There's no need for this. Smart play from Cabral, feels the contact, goes down. But the frustration after the foul, it's a clear foul. And Martinez just buys himself a yellow card, didn't give the referee any option whatsoever. That's part of that frustration, I think, that's just been building with Sacramento. A strange old game, frustrating for them.
Axel Picasso will be called upon in a moment.
And we saw why Taylor Davila was brought on to this game just a moment ago. Able to get a foot on the ball, get possession. Chance for them to rest and just settle in a little bit.
Davila's a good player. He quiets things down. He does a good job in that regard. Now maybe he's too conservative in his play.
He's a possession player, and he plays it to very good effect. We saw it at Cal Berkeley, and Malik Foster absolutely irate, coming together with Adrian Gonzalez.
Thought he had a foul there. The referee says no. Here's the long clearance, and Bauer will get to this. But again, the central defender is having to start again for Sacramento. This is great from Galaxy 2 in terms of defending and absorbing the pressure from a team that has the man advantage for the majority of this match now. What, minute 37, you said?
Absolutely.
No foul. And we continue. Again, no free kicks in and around the Galaxy penalty area for Sacramento. And I know that has to frustrate the visiting club. Cabral cannot get through Lewis here. And I have to think that he'll be the player that's coming off. It'll come on the right side. Martinez, the one-time cross, top of the box. He finds Foster, but on the wrong side. Gurr tries to play it in right off the backside of Davila. It spits out to Lewis, who's able to find Lacroix. Lewis once again. Fernandez.
Once again, everything in front of LA. Easy to defend.
Sengwe able to clear, not far enough. Lewis plays it on through. It skips on through the 6 and out of play. Goal kick here, substitution for Galaxy 2. Remy Cabral will leave the match. Axel Picasso will come on. And we thought Picasso was going to come on rather early with the injury to Preston Judd, but he worked his way into the second half, Judd did, and helped create the second goal.
Remy Cabral comes off, had some good moments tonight. Good in possession, nice movement. Did his part.
Plenty of stoppage time on the way here, folks. Lopez. Take the goal kick here. We expected this. Gonzalez. Just clear it away. Gurr will knock it into the Galaxy defense. On the bounce, Lopez wants it, and he will pull it down at the top of the 18. 7 minutes of stoppage time.
When you're in this position, down to 10 men as a coach, it can feel like 70 minutes.
Well, it's been a defensive clinic for Galaxy 2. You have to be proud for Galaxy 2 in terms of what they've done defensively to absorb the pressure here in this match.
Well, you know, it's the antithesis of the modern game, right? Everybody wants to play pretty football, one-touch movement. This is about bravery, about getting stuck in and keeping your discipline. They're nearly there.
Right now you have to do whatever you have to get the win. And here's where Galaxy 2 has the possession again. Picasso is just going to run it into the offense. Here's a slide tackle. Talk about getting stuck in with a two-footed tackle, Bauer. And Picasso is down. That's a yellow card. Marcelo Sarvas is incensed about that potential tackle. Was that not a two-footed tackle?
Let's take a look at it here. Bauer comes in, two-footed, leaves his feet, comes in now, just pulls it out. If you had to choose the proper shade, for me, I'm thinking orange.
Okay.
The color of the card.
Right.
Not a good outing tonight for Bauer. Own goal, yellow card, late to it. This takes off more precious seconds. No need to dive into that challenge again.
They're
you
on
need
fumes,
possession.
though. They've been working hard. I understand at this point. I mean, they get to a point where maybe they think they're not going to be able to pinch him off, and Picasso's going to be able to turn the corner and get in on goal. And who wants to make that run back into the area? Still, you're right, Christian. You cannot leave your feet in that situation.
And that far away from goal, out on the touchline, it's just again, a rush of blood to the head. I know I've said it throughout the broadcast tonight, but I don't know how to characterize it. And one, it's again, we saw it.
I like the visual.
Martinez, who was born out of frustration. Another rush of blood to the head over here on this near side from Bauer. Not Sacramento's best night, but a team that's capable of much better, and they'll be in the running there or thereabouts, I think, when we really get into the thick of the USL Championship playoffs. It's a quality organization. Todd Donovan does brilliant work. Mark Briggs, the right appointment. Good crew of assistants. Remember, they're playing without their talisman tonight, Roro Lopez, who's central to so much of what they do.
Here's Lewis. Plays in for Foster. Asengwe defending, squared in for Lewis, who's making the late run, a little bit late to arrive there, and this will be a foul in favor of Galaxy 2, and more seconds off the clock.
This is just ugly. They're dropping like flies. It's not the best first touch there from Zico Lewis, who was played in beautifully by Foster that time. A simple square ball running into it. You'd like to see him just run in and hit this first time. It just gets away from him. Could have put it on that right foot and tested Lopez. And then, once again, this time it's Brown committing the foul from behind by Campbell.
It was just late on his initial run. He needs to get there earlier.
It just hasn't come together. And, you know, it's a tired team. You got to, you know, give them a little bit of slack.
Sure.
Coming off a hard-fought loss to Phoenix on Wednesday up at home, and last weekend away to San Antonio and another 1-0 defeat. This is going to be 3 on the bounce. Not exactly the way you want to head into the final couple of games in the USL Championship regular season, but we'll have an opportunity to correct things against Pittsburgh next weekend, and then finishing up against the Loyal on the 15th.
Throw in here for Galaxy 2. And an offside call against Los Angeles, and quickly the restart. Donovan.
It doesn't feel the game like a basketball game with too many fouls at the end of it and trips to the free throw line. Just more stop than start.
Here's Lacroix. Back to Lewis. Ball into the area for Foster, a bit heavy, comes out to Saldana. You'll find Picasso, and that's it. Downfield it goes, and out of play for a throw-in. I mean, Axel could have done a little better with that one and keep it in play, but
strange decision.
Work is done. Fernandez. We're about 3 minutes in to stoppage time unofficially. It'll come out to Fernandez. It'll come out to Drac now. He'll win possession. No foul, says the referee. No, now he called the foul. A little late in that one. Had to think about it. Free kick for Galaxy 2.
Yeah, I think Sacramento might feel a little grieved here. I thought it was shoulder to shoulder as Brown came into Drac. He's going to lose that physical confrontation, 7 times out of 7 days of the week. Comes in right here, and here's Deshaun Brown just behind him. Nope, good call from the referee. Clear foul.
Martinez is about to leave the match, I believe.
It's going to be one of those games you just get on the plane, the less said about it, the better. Head back home, regroup, cast your focus to the playoffs. Try to remember what got you to the U.S. Open Cup final.
So Lopez will take the free kick. Couple of minutes to go. Lifts this one long. Another offside against Galaxy 2 here. Bauer into Donovan. Galaxy 2 was in a must-win situation coming into this match. And they're looking to be moments away from pulling it off, and you didn't expect them to pull it off with a man down for the majority of this match. Not only did they do that, they added a goal. This could be a foul in the area, and it is. A Sengwe call for the penalty, and Foster will get the opportunity to get Sacramento on the scoreboard.
The second time that Foster's got goal side of his Sengwe here. Can't argue against it. Poor defensive positioning from the young Cameroonian, and the speedy Jamaican able to sneak in here. They don't get a hold of it there, and a clear penalty. Can't argue against it. And Jensen pointing to the spot with no hesitation, so a chance for Foster to cash in from the spot and just make it a little bit precarious at the end.
You'll have about a minute, I believe. Foster will be on his right foot. Lopez has a long wingspan. Here's Foster, gets the go-ahead from the referee, gets the fire away, and it's off the post, and it's saved by Lopez.
But it's not your night. It is not your night. It was a gift on a platter for Sacramento Republic. Goalkeeper had a beat on it. Not the best of penalty kicks taken there by Foster. Not enough power. He kept it low, but Lopez had a great read on it. He guessed right, and a little help from the post. Probably see out this clean sheet. Let's look at it right here. Tried to disguise it. Had the angle, but wasn't going to hit the target. And the Galaxy down a man for 53 minutes, Joe, and a clean sheet.
It is over. The Galaxy get the victory, 2-0 over Sacramento Republic in a courageous performance by Galaxy 2 from the entire group, from an injured striker who scored a goal and was in on a goal, an own goal that is, in a 2-0 victory for G2, and their playoff hopes still beating.
A team that moves up to 39 points here in the standings with a big victory for them, and that keeps them 4 points off the pace of that 7th and final spot. This is a game born out of courage, born out of character and bravery and discipline. They were on the ropes, but they held it together. If you told me at the beginning of the night a team in 12th place, down a man for a majority of this match, would win out 2-0 and get a clean sheet for the first time in nearly 3 months, I would have thought you were crazy, but that's exactly what happened.
I think for Sacramento, they leave the match frustrated in the fact that they could not unlock a team that was parking the bus like Galaxy 2 did, down a man and up a goal. They could not create really good chances. It was half chances. The penalty kick, honestly, was their best chance.
Yeah, and a couple of, touches that went a foul. I thought Keiko had a lovely opportunity at a diving header. Couldn't steer it on target. They got away, I think, from the things that they did good at the beginning of the first half. Getting it out wide, the crosses that troubled Galaxy. I thought Lopez was absolutely outstanding tonight, despite some unsure moments early on. He recovered well, a penalty kick save, a clean sheet for the first time since July. The Galaxy checking all the boxes. A courageous performance and a much-needed 3 points for Marcelo Sarvis.
They got the job done. Preston Judd with goal number 13 on the year. He also led the way on the pass that created the own goal from Bauer. Galaxy 2 victorious tonight at home. Their playoff chances are still alive. For Christian Miles, Joe Totino saying so long from Dignity Health Sports Park. We will talk to you again. Galaxy 2 with a victory, 2-0 over Sacramento Republic FC. Have a great night, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.
Yes, buddy. Good. You go later. Save it then. Well done. Come and score. All right, I'm going to get in there. See you, Matt. Great to see you. Well done. Why don't you score in the goal? Come here then. Defender, he's a defender. Yeah. I hit my stomach part of it. And he was on it. It's not a foul now. Like I'm saying to these here, like, let him have this one. Just defend on the inside. Let him have it. Give space. He's allowed to go. He's got potential. I was going to hit him and go in. Right when he did, I just waited for that thing to go back. The save that he made. Yeah! Here. Oh, yeah. Yes, so. He would have been here. Look at this one. This one. Pass it. Yeah. Yeah. Not like, no, not the last 15. Yeah, he retired. Hey, Josh. What's up, bro? Okay, let's kick it back to Mama. Go find Mama. Luther!